My name is Laura. I am 26 years old. I grew up in a small town in Peru with my parents. My father worked long hours fixing cars, and my mother sold fruit at the local market. We did not have much money, but my parents always tried to give me hope for the future. My mother often told me, "One day you will have a better life than we had." Those words stayed in my heart. I wanted to help them and make their lives easier. Every evening after work, I searched the internet for opportunities. I wanted to find a job that could change my life. One night, while I was using a social media app, I received a message from a man named Michael. He lived in Los Angeles. His message was simple. He wrote, "Hello, Laura. You seem like a very kind person." At first, I ignored him because I did not trust strangers. But he wrote again the next day, asking about my dreams and my family. Slowly, we began talking every day. Michael was friendly and confident. He told me about his life in America, about the big city and the many opportunities there. After several weeks, he said something surprising. He asked me if I would come to the United States and live with him. He promised that he would help me start a new life. My heart was full of excitement, but also fear. When I told my parents, they were worried. My father said I should be careful because I did not really know this man. My mother was afraid something bad could happen to me. I thought about their words for many nights. Finally, I decided to take the risk. I believed that maybe this was my chance to change my life. When I arrived in America, Michael met me at the airport with flowers. He seemed happy to see me. For the first few months, everything felt perfect. We spent time together, cooked dinner, and walked around the city. I believed I had found real love. But after some time, Michael began to change. He came home late and stopped talking to me like before. When I asked if something was wrong, he became angry and told me not to worry so much. His cold behavior made me feel lonely. One afternoon, I went to bring him his jacket that he forgot at home. As I walked near a cafe, I saw him sitting inside with another woman. They were laughing together. Then he kissed her. My heart broke at that moment. I realized that he had lied to me. That evening, I asked him about the woman. Michael did not try to hide the truth. He told me that he no longer wanted our relationship. He said he never loved me the way I believed. His words hurt deeply. I left his apartment with only a small bag and nowhere to go. For several weeks, I stayed in a shelter for women. I felt lost and alone in a country that was not my home. But slowly, I remembered something important. My parents had always taught me to be strong. I began sewing small handbags and clothes, something I learned from my mother when I was young. I created a page online and started showing my work. At first, nobody noticed, but slowly people began to like my designs. Some customers asked to buy my bags. I worked every day, sometimes until midnight. After 2 years, my small project became a real business. I opened a small shop and named it Laura Style. One day, while I was working in my shop, I saw Michael standing near the door. He looked tired and nervous. He said he had made many mistakes and asked me for another chance. I looked at him calmly. I remembered all the nights I cried because of him. But I also knew that I was stronger now. I told him that my life had moved forward without him. I wished him luck and asked him to leave. When he walked away, I did not feel anger. I felt peace. A few months later, I returned to Peru to visit my parents. When they saw me, they were very happy. I told them about my shop and the life I had built. My father smiled proudly, and my mother hugged me tightly. At that moment, I understood an important lesson. Sometimes life breaks your heart so that you can build a stronger future. Today, I am not the girl who left home looking for love. I am a woman who created her own path. And that is something no one can ever take away. Some months passed after Laura returned from Peru. Life slowly became stable again. Her small shop, Laura Style, began to grow more than she expected. At first, she only had a few customers every week, but little by little more people discovered her work. Many customers liked the fact that every bag and dress was handmade. Laura spent many hours designing new styles and choosing colors carefully. She wanted every product to be special. Each morning, she opened the shop early and cleaned the windows before customers arrived. She placed her bags neatly on the shelves and checked messages from people online who wanted to buy her designs. Sometimes she worked late at night finishing orders. Even when she was tired, she felt proud because everything she had now came from her own effort. One day, a young woman entered the shop and began looking at the bags. After a few minutes, she smiled and said, "Are you Laura?" Laura nodded with curiosity. The woman said she had read Laura's story on social media. She told Laura that her story gave many women hope. The woman explained that she had also been in a difficult relationship and felt lost for a long time. Hearing Laura's story helped her believe she could start again. Laura felt surprised and emotional. She never imagined that her painful experience could inspire someone else. After that day, she began sharing more about her life online. She talked about the difficult days when she first arrived in the country and had nothing. She talked about how she slowly rebuilt her life step by step. Many women started writing messages to her. Some shared their own stories of heartbreak and betrayal. Others asked for advice about how to become stronger after losing everything. Laura always answered with kindness. She told them that pain can feel endless, but it does not last forever. As time passed, Laura's business continued growing. She hired 2 women to help her sew and pack orders. Her shop became a place not only for fashion, but also for support and encouragement. Many customers came just to talk and share their experiences. One evening after closing the shop, Laura stood alone inside the store and looked around quietly. The soft lights reflected on the colorful bags hanging on the walls. She remembered the first days when she had nothing but hope and fear. Now everything felt different. Laura understood something important. She had once traveled to another country hoping someone else would give her happiness. But in the end, she learned that true strength comes from inside. She smiled softly and whispered to herself, "I did not lose my life. I built a new one." And this time, it was truly her own.